How can you discover the number one reason that constrains your personal power in 90 minutes so you can control your life without compromising your standards or feeling incomplete and frustrated? You are amazing. You are a lion. You are too special. You have everything in you. You can do whatever you want. You can transform the world if you want to. Remember, you are a human being, but at some point in your life, you decided to put an emotional chokehold. And from that day, you started to constrain your life. You started to constrain the experience of your life. You constrained your personal power. And as a result of that, you started facing some very serious challenges. So, which are the biggest 3 challenges that you experience in your life? Because you constrained your personal power. The first challenge is that you compromise your standards. If you think about it, you are a human being. You were born to thrive, not to suffer, not just to breathe. You are capable to do or to create miracles in your life. But most of people, the life they live is the life that reflects directly their emotional power. And this power is limited. Why? Because you decided that you can do this or that. Because every human being, they act according with what they tolerate emotionally. Actually, they act having the intention to avoid to experience some pains, basically emotional pains in their life. In order to avoid these emotional pains, they constrain their life, their dreams, their aspirations. And remember, if you want to thrive in this life, you have to become a powerful leader, to express powerfully yourself, your true self, your whole self. And this attitude to compromise your standards leads you to feel incomplete. It's like that something is missing. You are not whole. You need something, but you don't know what it is. Regardless how much you have tried, regardless how much success you have in your life, regardless how big the reputation is, at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, you feel that something is missing. And some people, of those who feel that something is missing, they are looking to get this from the others. And that's the worst scenario. And all these challenges lead to feeling frustration, lead to feel that you can't be yourself. There is no future, because the frustration comes from the perspective that you can't change what you suffer of. If you think that you can't change your pains, your emotional pains, then you start to suffer. So, your life might be like a dog. What the dog does in its whole life is to chase its tail. Regardless how much it tries, at the end of the day, it can't catch its tail. The same to you. Regardless how much you try, at the end of the day, you don't catch, you don't manage your dreams. And remember, you were born a leader, and you have to express this side of you. You have to become not just a leader, but you have to become a powerful leader. You have to lead your life in the direction that you want and deserve. In order to do that, you have to find the number one reason that shapes your life. You have to discover when and why you placed this emotional chokehold in your life. And from that point of your life, you started constraints your whole experience in this life. But remember, this is just the first step from the whole formula that you have to go through in order to transform your life, in order to become a powerful leader, in order to produce unprecedented results in your life, because you were born to produce those results. And in order to do that, you have to remember that emotional intelligence matters. This is it. Any challenge that you might face in your life, it's a direct reflection of lack of emotional intelligence. If you think about it, whatever you do that consciously or unconsciously because you want or you expect to experience a positive emotion or to avoid to experience a negative emotion. So, what is the solution? The three-step solution is here. This is a good news. Let me share with you the three-step solution. The first step is to train your brain, is to train yourself to go into theta waves consciously. Why? When you are under of this kind of consciousness, you connect yourself with your unconscious mind. That gives you the opportunity to go very deep in your unconscious mind, being connected with that, in order to discover when and why you placed this emotional chokehold. If you don't discover this emotional chokehold, you spend your whole life trying to live the life you want and deserve. And remember, you are here not just for you. You are here to transform other people, to help other people. So that's the first step. You have to train yourself to go into theta waves consciously. The second step is to make the right questions to your unconscious mind. Why? Because your whole life is a reflection of the quality of the questions that you make every minute to your mind, especially when you are under of theta waves consciousness. This is very, very, very important. So you have to create a pattern of questions, quality pattern of questions, and you question yourself every minute continuously until to get the answers that you want in order to transform your life, in order to become a powerful leader. But when you get these answers, you have to confirm them using your body, because sometimes our brain plays some games and you don't want to trap yourself into brain games. In order to be sure that you are in the right direction and you don't waste your time, your effort, your money, your emotionally power, energy, you have to confirm that what you found is the right one in order to move to the next step according to the formula that I showed you before. Let me share with you something very exciting. A few months before, I spoke with Stamatis. He's a very great, smart guy. Actually, he's a pilot. He has done a lot of things in his life, but what he couldn't do is to find the courage to go and speak to some women. And this was very tricky because, you know, he's smart, he's clever, he's handsome, and it's very tricky to not be able to speak to some women. The women that he wants to speak with. He was trying a lot to find this courage and he failed that. When we did coaching and he tried to answer to the 11 questions that I gave to him, he discovered why and when he decided to not speak to women. But actually, what was very exciting and cool, it wasn't just to start speaking to the women, he transformed his whole life. Because the impact of that was much bigger. That's the power to find what shapes your life. So, now it's your time. And regardless how much you want something, if you don't decide to take action, your life will be like, guess what? The dog's life. Is it what you're worth? Of course no. So, you have to do what you did in order to get what you got. But if you are enough serious with your life, you have to take the right action in order to move forward. And the right action is to go through this formula that I gave you. Let me remember what is this formula. The first thing is to go into theta wave. The second is to make the right questions to your unconscious mind. And the third is to confirm that what you discovered is the true for your unconscious mind. And then expect that something magic will happen in your life. You are special. Don't forget that. You have to remember to yourself every day, every minute. You have greatness in you and you were born to thrive. That means that you have to live in full excellence, because this is what life is about. This is your coach, Manos.